The on-camera commercial world, the advertising world, is a world that's rooted and based and engined by fear. And why is that? They have no idea if the spot is going to work. They have no idea if that commercial that they've spent possibly millions of dollars on is actually going to translate to reach the demographic that they need to buy as much as they need them to buy. And this fills them with absolute terror. They have no job security, which we as actors are, of course, used to, but these poor civilians are absolutely terrified. So these guys then go and hire a production company, everybody on the other side of that camera, the assistant director, the director of photography, the actual director. In fact, it's the director's main job. The reason that they got that job is that they said, don't worry, I know how to talk to actors. We're going to make this work. But I don't know how many times you've been, but I know for me, I've been in an audition room and some director gives me a note and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And they're terrified of that look. They have no vernacular to be able to speak to actors. They're actually still fighting for their jobs. We'll get another audition. This poor director may never work for this company again, depending on how the spot goes. This production company then goes and hires a casting director whose main job is to rent out these 4 beige walls with awful lighting, calling in actors often at the very last second, hoping to God that their bosses hire them again. They have rent to pay, terrified. Do we see how this fear just rolls right into our audition rooms? And I recognize this because I was walking out of my audition room in fear, picking up on all of that anxiety inside of the room. So I was like, this is unsustainable. How do I defeat this? So what I started to do was incorporate this philosophy, and I started to have more fun, and I started to book more, which is this idea that as actors, if we walking into these rooms embody the idea of service, basically asking the question, how can I help? How can I help? In my thinking as well as in my action, you will see that fear just fall off their shoulders and they will gravitate towards you and they won't know why exactly, but there's just something about her. There's just something about him. And they'll want to return that in the only currency they have, which is the job. Now, keep in mind that when I'm talking about service, I'm not talking about servitude. I'm not talking about being friendly and approachable or turning on the room or any of that kind of thing. What I'm talking about, basically, is just being present to this moment now to recognize what is needed, to be here. Most actors, I feel, walk into these rooms either living in the past. Oh my God, this is my first audition. Oh my God, this is my 10th audition and no callback. 10th callback and no job. Is this shirt right? Or we're living in the future. I hope they think that I'm a good actor. I hope I booked this. I need some money. And no one is right here now. And there's no way that we can serve this moment if we ourselves are in fear-based thinking, which the camera will pick up on. And now we look and smell and taste like everybody on the other side of that camera, and they don't want to have anything to do with what looks and smells and tastes like them. And we get rejected unconsciously. So we ask that question a lot in class. How can I help? And we'll learn how we can help before we walk into the room, how we can help in our slate, in our copy breakdown, in that first audition, in that second callback, on set to help ensure a future job. How can I help? Thanks for your time. I look forward to seeing you in class.